welcome to Paging Creatives. I'm your host, Bella. As you know, or you might not know, but pursuing an entertainment career or an artistic career can be a frustrating, isolating journey. So I sit down with working artists forging their own paths in hopes to encourage, inspire, and create community where we even network with one another and just have something where we support one another, uplift one another, because it is hard out here in this entertainment career. Welcome to episode number 12 with Louisa Maccan. She has an amazing book called Age Proof, and we're going to get into that. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm excellent, thanks.
Thank you for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So can you just tell me a little bit about your background and how you got into sort of like the beauty secret beauty space?
Yeah. Well, as you know, I've been a celebrity hands and body parts model for decades. When I first came to Los Angeles, I was doubling for a lot of celebrities, and staying youthful looking was the key to getting more jobs because I was doubling my hands and body parts for models in their 20s and 30s. And I was in my 30s when I started, but I'm doing this over 3 decades now. And I still double my hands for models who are 20 to 30 years younger than I am. And the secret is I just started getting into making my own formulations and creams. And I realized while I was on the set, the makeup artists or the talent or even the ad agency people would come up to me and go, "Wow, your skin's so beautiful. What are you doing?" And I thought, gee, maybe I should write a book so I can share my tips with other women. And funny enough, my stuff is quite affordable. And the other reason I decided to write the book was I was so disenchanted with products that were out there that claimed to do things but didn't, and they were over $100 at the time. And I thought, I've got to try to figure out how to market something or make something that's going to help women look and feel their best and not charge a fortune for it. Make it high quality, but make it affordable. And that's how I got into this.
Well, you look amazing. We're not ever supposed to ask a woman how old she is, but I feel like the audience needs to know because
Yes.
you are age defying. How old are you?
Thank you. Well, I'm 65.
Which is crazy.
Thank you. And I have not had a facelift or implants or, any of that stuff. Again, I don't poo-poo anybody who wants to do facelifts or do that cosmetic surgery stuff if they can afford it and if it makes them feel better. I totally applaud it. But I don't want to go that route. I want to try to do things as naturally as possible. And I know I have, thousands and thousands of clients now who want to do what I'm doing. And so that's how I'm using my products. Exfoliation is a really big thing. Every week you should exfoliate your skin because as you get older, it builds up and becomes more dull and you have to mechanically sort of slough off those top layers. So I tell women, if you can exfoliate once a week, and I have some great homemade things you can do or some products that I offer at Hollywood Beauty Secrets to do that. Once you exfoliate, then your skin can better absorb really excellent products, which then I set out to create natural. Well, they're not natural. I combine natural with science. There's a combination of a lot of natural ingredients, but also scientific ingredients. Because the only way to look younger is you have to combine these revolutionary ingredients with natural ingredients so they work together to help to improve the skin, to help to fade spots, smooth wrinkles, prevent wrinkles, nourish the skin. And so I set out to create the products that help me look younger, as well as thousands of my clients who now buy. And many have reordered from me over 25, 50, over 100 times. Women do not reorder products unless they work. Because you probably know, as many of your listeners, they probably have drawers of things they thought would work and didn't deliver, and they just throw them in a drawer. But unlike those, many of those products, mine really do work, and we get a lot of repeat orders. So I'm really proud to say I created something that's powerful, effective, and affordable.
Yeah, we work in a very ageist business, and you created these products sort of to stay in line and in step with some of the work that you were getting.
Well, absolutely. In fact, I remember being on a set one time, and they brought me in because they felt that the hand model they had hired looked too old to double for the model. Mm. And little did they know, I was 10 years older than that hand model, but I looked younger. And unfortunately, that's what they do. They were trying to match, the skin or the look to a model. So I had to keep my age secret for years. I've only started recently telling people my age because I'm very proud of how I look, but also my products have helped create how I look. And women are looking for inspiration and hope, especially when they hit 50s and 60s, those hormonal years where some of them are feeling hopeless and thinking this is it, but it isn't it. If you do the work, just like exercise, if you exercise, you will get the results. If you eat proper food, you will be healthy and get the results and not gain a bunch of weight. And if you use good skincare and follow, exfoliation in a very simple routine, something powerful to wear in the morning, something powerful to wear in the night, and of course sunscreen, because we are in a very sunny climate, you will get, these age-defying results. But I think it's it's not just vanity, but it's just make yourself feel good. And it's such a stressful world that we live in. And some people suddenly feel so overwhelmed and hopeless. But just taking care of yourself can help you get through hurdles because you just feel good about yourself. And there are studies about that this is really weird. When I was doing research for one of my books, I used to write also for one of the newspapers, a column. And it was all about, getting a job and bettering yourself. And the studies show that if someone walked in really well groomed, and someone walked in looking like a slob, but they had more experience than the well-groomed person, could probably do the job way better. The person who's well-groomed and looking good will get the job 95% over the person who's not looking well-groomed. Because who wants to work with someone who is, stinky or something? You know what I mean? But that's what it is. People who look well put together and well-groomed are perceived as being more honest, believe it or not.
Yeah, I've looked at some of those studies as well.
Yeah.
And I think that, so what you're doing more than one creative thing, because you're an entrepreneur, you have your business and you have all of the beauty stuff. And then you're doing the creative thing where you're going and you're doing hand modeling and other doubles and things like that. So how do you stay encouraged when things aren't necessarily going your way? Or how are you making sure that you balance both of them?
Yeah.
Or what are you doing in that area?
Well, I'm of the belief that, you can't win them all, you can't get them all. But most of the time when I would show up or they'd see my long resume, I usually book the job. But if I don't, let somebody else have a chance. I don't know what it is. I've taken on another philosophy of, the world's so stressful and, I'm very ambitious. And I just have to take my moments to do my calming and my mantras every morning, every night. I just try to instill some positive energy in myself. So I didn't get the job, I'll get the next one. And if you repeat mantras and desires in your head or even out loud every day, they do manifest. I used to imagine myself on billboards. I've done them. I used to imagine myself doing the talk. I've been on that show. I used to imagine myself being on The Doctors. I've done that show. But I also repeated those mantras. I will succeed. I will be on the talk very soon. Or I will be a multimillionaire, money magnet. Like, you just have to repeat these things. I feel like they're very good positive energy that helps you inspire yourself. I try to be positive, though I can be pretty cynical sometimes too.
I haven't seen that side of you yet.
Yeah, putting that positive energy out there is just so important because it does help you achieve your dreams and goals. I swear I have proven that so many times. Don't get discouraged. Everybody feels discouraged. Not everybody gets the job they want. But if you put it out there that you will get the ultimate job for the ultimate pay, and you repeat that every day, whether it's before bed or when I wake up, that's what I do in the morning. And I also, thank the big guy for my health and my prosperity and, just being appreciative. Look at how much we have. Look where we live in California, a beautiful sunny place, living in a safe neighborhood, having all the food at our disposal. So I'm very appreciative of what I have. And that's what we have to start being, is more appreciative of what we have, love, family, safe place to live, beautiful weather. We can take a walk anytime.
Yeah, I think we get into a space of where nothing is ever enough. and you do forget that gratitude is really important. And you said something like even something as sort of significantly small, what you don't think about every day is that you have the opportunity to go and eat anything that you want to eat. And you forget that some people don't have food at all.
They don't have running water.
They don't
like
have
some.
anything. So gratitude is really important. Gratitude helps me. It helps ground me. And just the reminder of the mantras, those are good and they do work. If you can be in a space of, I feel like you said, gratitude first.
Yeah.
And then able to just be positive and say those things. You mentioned family. So you are married. How long have you been married?
25 years this year.
That's amazing.
Yay.
I don't even think I knew that. Congratulations.
Thank you. I know.
He is also a creative because he's a comedian.
He's a comedian and he's an extraordinary painter. He does beautiful abstract paintings, which, again, putting that mantra out there that will sell his paintings. He will sell millions of dollars of the paintings. You put it out there every day. And we've had a lot of high-end art collectors buy his art, and also interior decorators and friends and some of my clients. And so, again, putting it out there, and he's creative.
Was it important for you to marry or have a relationship with another creative?
No, I just wanted I wanted a salt of the earth man. I wanted a man who wasn't all about money and driving the fancy car. And I wanted somebody who put me first, put us first, that we're in this loving relationship. And I found that man. I put that out there too. I put it out that I would find the ultimate man who I will love and adore and who will love and adore me. Aww. And it happened.
I love that.
It happened. And he's an extraordinary guy. Just a love. He's total love. And he cooks, he cleans, he does housework, he works, he's creative. And we're a team together. You want to be a team. You don't want to compete with each other when you're a couple.
I was going to say that because that can be a thing too, that if you're dating someone else who works in a creative space, sometimes there can be this competition.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're working, you're booking work and they're not, it can become a thing. I've had that before. It's not a good time.
No.
So finding someone who doesn't compete with you, was that always...
I didn't even think of that at the time. I just happened to find my soulmate who's very, very supportive of what I do. Totally believe I make more money than he did, for many years. He works again. He's doing another job, but he loved it. I mean, he was so supportive. But, I'd come home, the housework was done, the floors are washed, dinner's made, the bed's done, laundry's done. I mean, he did everything. He wasn't some guy who sat around waiting for me to come home. Because women, we don't need that. You need a partner, someone who's going to pull the weight. You take the garbage out, he takes the garbage out. And the funny thing is we thank each other still. I'll say, oh, thanks for taking the recycling out, honey. We always show appreciation, never take each other for granted. Always say thank you. Boy, I'm really getting into a whole other topic.
No,
about relationships.
Good. No, it's good.
But the other thing too is he's confident. And, I find that insecurity, we all have our insecurities, but a really insecure guy might be jealous that you might make more money than him. And that's not good. That's unfortunately, that would be a really tough relationship to be in. Fortunately, I'm with someone who's totally supportive in all my dreams and goals. I tell him I'm going to spend money doing this and that. He's like, whatever you think. Sure. Great.
So then he's always been supportive of the business, the entrepreneurship, because being an entrepreneur is a challenging.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it took me this last book. It's my last book I'm going to write because it's still very relevant. But it took me so long to write that book. I was staying up 3 nights a week. I had a system where he'd go to bed at 11 and I'd stay up till 6 in the morning writing because it was so quiet and I didn't have phones ringing. I wasn't dealing with business and ordering products. It was the best time to write, but it took me 2 years to write that book, several nights up until 6 in the morning writing. And I thought, I'm never doing this again. I'm done writing book. Again, it's still very relevant, the information I share. And I was looking at the book today when I was going to give it to you going, oh my God, I wrote this book 10 years ago. I can't believe it, but it's still all very relevant. There's the beauty tips, the products, ingredients.
Yeah, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, but it does sort of give this unrealistic expectation for women to look 21 their entire lives.
Yeah.
Men don't have that same expectation.
Yeah, men
They
don't
have-
compare themselves to other women. Other men. They don't compare
No.
themselves. Why do we do that?
I don't know.
We have to stop that.
Well, I think part of it is the male gaze. And if we stop, obviously you want to look beautiful for you. You want to look beautiful for your partner. But if we stop allowing them to set those parameters, but it's becoming younger and younger. Women who are under 25 are doing Botox and doing those age-defying treatments. What do you want to say to women out there who might be aging in the industry, who might be feeling a little afraid?
I think that we have to try to stay looking our age in a way. Like you find, like Meryl Streep and all those women are getting all the jobs of, excuse me, I've got my allergies going on here,
Okay.
are getting all the jobs because they're staying their age range. I think that we have to stop doing all of that so that as an actress, you can get the jobs where you are the mom or you're the grandmom or you're playing president of a company of a country. I think it's important to kind of stay who you are. But if these little things like Botox or whatever help you feel like you look better, great. But there's coming to a point, where all the actresses are all looking exactly the same age. So I think that the ones that are benefiting are the ones who are letting themselves get older. Like Laura Linney in Ozark. I love that she had wrinkles and they were so stressed out and they didn't know if they were going to get murdered. Like she clearly looked the part and she's just such a wonderful actress. And I thought, wow, she's not all Botoxed up. She looks so real. And I loved it and I enjoyed it because she really looked the part.
She did.
You should have those worry lines.
She's a great actress too.
Oh, she's fabulous.
I do at the end of every episode, I ask a question. And this question this week, and I'll answer first so it gives you a little bit of a chance to think about what you want to say. So we are in a strike right now. And I have taken it upon myself to try to put myself in a position with SAG so that I can fight for all of us a little bit more. But if there's something that you could add to our contracts or something that you would want to fight for, what would it be? And for me, mine would be not just when you're a principled actor, when you are a stand-in or background, I want to fight for those guys. I think stand-ins need to be a part of the lighting crew because they are anyway. And when you are a stand-in on set, you're considered crew. They separate you from background. You're part of the crew. You're treated as crew. So I want to try to make it or help facilitate stand-ins being a part of the DGA and being a part of lighting. That would be the thing that I would fight for. What about you?
That's really good. I've been a stand-in before, but I did a lot of commercials. I didn't do a lot of background work, but I'm starting to do a little bit more of that now that I'm older and I'm going to sort of be semi-retired. I'm still going to keep my online business, but I'll be collecting my Social Security. I'm going to collect my SAG pension, but I can still keep working. But yes, I have been an extra and I get that. In the commercial world, you get more money as an extra as you do as a hand model. But I totally agree with you. And I also feel that extras, background people should be getting paid at least $50 more a day just for gas. Because I remember, and this is how we met.
Doing hand modeling.
We did a hand thing for a film recently. And the gas, like it was, $30 or $40 for gas. So I think that we need to fight for that we add an additional $50 to the day rate for gas. Because if somebody's expected to go 5 days in a row, which this job was 5 days, that's a lot of money in gas. And a lot of extras do not have that kind of money. So I think that that's something to fight for. I think you're stand-in for sure. And I still think the day rate should be higher too for extras. Because when you think of all the people on these sets making hundreds of thousands and millions, actors are making millions of dollars.
Yeah, I think that's also the fight for if you're not number 1 through, 3 on the call sheet, or if you're not a name, then yes, all of us should be getting paid more.
I think we should. I mean, we're worth it. I mean, we have to fight for what we want, and we can do it cordially. But I think that we have to stand firm. And yes, I support you.
Thank you. Thank you. Vote for me. Okay. So tell everybody about the businesses, where they can find you online.
Yes. Well, the online beauty business is hollywoodbeautysecrets.com, and that's where you will find the formulations I created, the creams and serums and eye creams and exfoliants that I created. And they are primo, top quality, professional strength, beyond professional strength for an everyday price. What was the other question? I'm sorry.
No, I just wanted everyone to see where to find you,
Yes.
and I'll link it as well. And this is the book, Age Proof. Go out and get it. Creatives, your art brings light and love into the world, and I love and support you. Please like, listen, subscribe. It really helps the channel. Bye now.